Right. So basically what you do now, you take the -4 and you find f of -4. Look them there. No, you don't have to write all the numbers. Just those two numbers alone you need to do. Yep. That's why I said, that's why I left it for that, because I know it's a simple process. Just those two numbers alone you need. Because that expression implies it already. You don't have to list it. That already saying all the numbers between -1 and 6, so you don't have to write it out again because it's already saying that. Remember, we said to read this. How would you read that expression? Exactly. You start with the letter x is greater than or equal to -4, and x is less than or equal to 6. What's another way of saying that? Instead of saying x, what can we say? What you said we could say, replace the letter x with all the numbers. So instead of saying x, you can say all the numbers. All the numbers between -4 and 6. Right. So that's another way of saying that. All the numbers between -4 and 6. So you don't have to list it. No. Well, if they wanted to list it, you can remember it was saying to list it. It was saying to list it, but no, here we don't have to list it. Okay. This is saying all the numbers between -3 and 7. So you don't have to list it, trust me. All you do, you take -4, you put it into the place of x, you find what is f of -4. Okay. F of -4. What is f of -4? 3 times -4 plus 8. What is 3 times -4 plus 8? -12 plus 8 is what? -4. So we get -4. And the next step is to put 6. The next domain value that we see 6. So we find what is f of 6. Very simple process. You find what is f of 6. Right, then you don't list, exactly. To list the numbers, So you're not required to list the number. So these are the two range values. So you just write it out exactly like that, but you use the letter Y. Remember the letter for range is Y. So you have to use the letter Y now. Okay, because you're finding range. And then we use that same symbol, greater than or equal to. You put the smaller number is -4, less than or equal to 26, and that is the range. This is the range. Okay, that's the range right there. Simple as that. That's what you do. Okay, so for B, and somebody please tell me what I should type there for B to find the range for B. Anybody? For B, you're finding the range. I'm not going to repeat that very same process, but for B. We have to find what is G. G of what number? Right, so it's in G. G is actually 2x minus 5. So it's G we have to use. So she's saying right G. Right, so it is G, B is G, right? So G is 2x minus 5. So G of what we have? G of -3, exactly. Just put the -3, G of -3. That is 2 times -3, right? Subtract 5. What's 2 times -3? Subtract 5. -6 subtract 5 is -11. Okay. And G of what we have to find now again? We found G of -3. G of who we have to find now? 7. So we have to find G of 7 now. So I repeat, we found G of -3. So we have to find G of 7 now. Okay. 2 times 7 is 14. 14 minus 5, that should be 9. And now we are going to write the range, and we have to use the letter Y. So the domain using the letter X, the range using the letter Y. Always remember that, never forget this. Okay, so Y, we have to put the smaller number there, which is -11, and the bigger number there, which is 9. And here is the range. So that's what you do for number 4. All right. You have -1 and 5, look, you have the function. -2 and 2, look, you have the function. And when you write in the range, write it just like how it is written there, like this, but use the letter Y for the range. And that's what you do for number 4, finding the range of a given function. If you are provided with the domain, you are not necessarily required to list all the values between. Okay, it's already implied.